Hi everyone, this is Tuplex. Welcome back. Since the last episode, I've managed to get another 4 of the steel smelting areas finished. So A and B are drawing in ore. C and D are not because there is nothing in the B iron depot. And E is because that's pulling from iron ore depot C, which is currently set up. And all those are pulling from the A iron ore mine. Now, getting steel finished is just going to be a lot more repetitive stuff. So I don't really want to do that today in the episode. I thought instead we could spend some time setting up some more iron mines to feed depots B and C. Depot A is okay right now, but then again, these steel chests are all full. It's not running. But what I'm finding is that 4 trains, I think it's 4 trains. Yeah, 4 trains in Depot C is not quite enough to keep this running nonstop. We just have an endless parade of trains coming to drop off ore, and I suppose it'll continue to do that until these chests are full. So I expect that later on in the game we're going to need a lot more trains. But I think we could fairly conveniently set up a few mines here. If these patches are large enough, I think we'll need to go and check that out. The other thing I did is I added another reactor. Another reactor array over here in the new part of the base, since we were starting to get close to the limit with the first one that we set up, which is over here. There was something else. One of the things I did to try to help on the speed, you can see right now the speed is, I'm running a little bit slower than usual. I think a lot of that depends on just what other applications I have running in the background. So right now I've got, my BattleNet client is downloading an update, and there's some other stuff going on. So I think where we get to the point where performance is really important, I'll need to make sure that I shut everything down besides the game and my recording software, just to make sure that we have as much processor as possible to run the game. But for now, if we run between 50 and 60 UPS, that's fine with me. Another thing I did in graphics is I disabled clouds. We could also disable smoke. I don't know how much of an impact that'll have. Not much. I think that's mainly an FPS performance. So if you disable smoke, then you don't see any steam either. Right? But even so, it doesn't seem to help UPS very much. Okay. So I'll keep it on for now. And just in case you're wondering what the clouds are, if I turn the clouds back on, you can see the shadows of the clouds slowly moving across the screen. That's what that is. So I think I'm going to leave that turned off because I don't really miss it. You can see I've got maximum render threads turned on. I was musing before about whether Factorio could use multiple processor cores, and it doesn't. There were a couple discussions about it in some of the Friday Facts, which is the weekly blog that the developers put out. And they said that because of the way that Factorio works as a simulation, It's deterministic, which means that each state depends precisely on what the previous state was, and they are not able to run it. They're not able to run parts of it in parallel, just because it all has to be done sequentially. So in other words, it's not multi-threaded. So it really just depends on the performance of Factorio. Really just depends on what your single core speed is. So there's not much I can do to speed up UPS. When I get my new computer, it will run a little bit faster, but the single core processing speed of my new computer is not going to be much higher than what I have right now. It'll be a little bit higher, but not by a lot. So I don't expect to see a huge improvement from the new PC in terms of UPS and Factorio. And I was, I was running the game yesterday as I was putting together these steel smelting areas. And I was running very close to 60. So like I said, it's just, I'm seeing that now we're kind of at the threshold. So it depends a lot on what else is running on the machine, whether I'm right at 60 or not. So I would say, don't worry. I don't think we're in a situation where my UPS is going to start to drop drastically at this moment. But we'll keep going as best we can. All right, so let's see how many lanes I'll be able to fit on this patch. Let's see, that's the top end of it. I don't want to get too close to the edge because then those drills tend to mine out pretty quickly. So let's try like there. We could fit maybe one more. All right, let's try to get one more. That one's going to mine out sooner rather than later. You know what I should have brought with me? Mining drills. That would have been a good idea. How many do I need here? All right, let's go for 250. 300, close enough. All right, we're going to have to go back for mining drills. Sorry about that. And I am blocking one of the trains. That's not good. So I have, I guess, a bit of an issue with this series. And that is that there's a lot of work involved where I'm just building a design that's already been determined. Like with the case of steel, for example. It may have been interesting to see the first one built, but I think watching me build 10 more is probably not going to be terribly interesting because it's essentially just repeating the same thing 10 more times. And a lot of the base is going to be like that. So I've been talking to some of the guys on Discord about whether everyone thinks that this is going to be a good idea to continue this series, whether it's going to be interesting for everybody to watch. I mean, I'm certainly interested to see what the final result looks like, but I also understand that since a lot of the design work was done in the building of the 2500 science per minute base, that it might just get to be a little bit grindy for everyone involved. So let me know your comments if you think I should continue building up this base as my main series. I don't think I really want to do 2 series simultaneously. I've done that before, and I guess for me what it comes down to is I tend to I tend to only have enough enthusiasm to do one at a time. I think this would be better if I moved it up a couple of tiles. I'm going to cut the whole thing. And I'm going to move it up like right there. Just so that this one down here is a little bit more on the ore. Actually, I probably could have moved it. No, this is fine. Yeah, so what I'm saying is we have the option to keep building here, or if you all think it would be better to start on a new series, a completely new series altogether, we can entertain those options. All right, now let's figure out what is going to be the best way to build a stacker into this. Whoops. If I do start a new series, I'm not quite sure what form it would take. Factorio 2 looks interesting, but it was just released, and there's already... Well, why did I do that? There's already some other YouTubers doing it, so I'm not sure that I would be adding much by doing it myself as well. Yeah, it doesn't matter if I have those signals there. Okay. No, I don't want to use that stacker. I don't want to use that one either. Ideally, I would come down here, go into a stacker. Okay, so maybe I will do like a diagonal style of stacker here. There's nothing that says that they all have to be the same. Okay, and I think I have these spaced, yeah, 1 track width apart. So that would be 2, no, 3, and then 4. There we go. Let's see, and the front end needs to be all chain signals, right? Okay, so we're coming down this way, like that. And I need to put the entrance signals. And I like to put those as far back as possible so that the train clears for the next one to enter as soon as possible. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, this needs to be bigger. I'm going to have to clear some trees here so I can see what I'm doing. Okay. Yeah, and 12 is just above these purple trees here. Right about there. Let's make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Perfect. Okay, and then I'll copy this just to make sure I get the right length for all 4 lanes. I guess I should start with this one, right? All right, and then we'll put a chain signal just before we branch in. And let's see if this is going to work. Yeah. Very nice. Looks like I need more rail. So let's get some more rail. Let's get some more signals. And then I'll get as many beacons as I can carry. Okay, and then I'll put that signal there again. Okay. So we got our inputs. Now this is going to be, I guess this is going to be B. Uh-oh. All right, so I have a train already coming here that should be going to the other mine. And now it's going to be stuck until I move it out. All right, now let's prepare the exit. That'll be a bit simpler. Okay. And I'll just copy the signal spacing from the rest of the rail system. Okay. Good enough. Okay. And now I just need a bunch of speed modules. And then I'll need to change the name of these stations. How many do I need? I don't know, so I'll just take all of them. Looks like that was enough. Okay. And then I'm going to cut the track so no more trains can come here. And once these leave, I'll change the names of the station. I don't want to change the names of the stations while they're still sitting here, because that might make the mod get screwed up. I've seen that happen before. Okay, so we're going to rename these to B load. There. Double check on the map. Yep. Okay, good. And let's put a radar down here so we can see what's going on. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 plus 4 is 11. We'll send 12 trains over here. Okay, now nothing is feeding B depot yet. I should have these trains go to B depot, I think. Okay, so I'm going to copy that. That one's going to C. Let's have that one go to B. I don't know if that was full yet. Let's have this one go to B. Okay. So there's still one more at C. That one's in the first lane. Paste. Okay. And let me check these and... Okay, yeah, this is the one that wasn't full, so I'll send it back to load to get filled up. Okay, and then these, I think I had C and D already set up to pull from B depot, but I don't see anything happening yet, so let's go check that. Maybe I did, but I don't have the priority set up. So we need to create a priority for iron ore B. Okay, that was the problem. So this station is configured for the right depot, but okay, great. There we go. That's all we needed to get it working. Okay, so let's go back to the base and get some trains running to that new iron mine. So we're going to go to B load first and then to C depot. And I've got 10 slots there. So let's just fill all 10 slots at C depot. So we'll send 10 trains. So, as I was saying about other series, you know, I was thinking about Factorio too, but like I said, there's already several other prominent YouTubers doing Factorio 2 series, and I want to try to do something different. One thing I've always had in the back of my mind was doing a series for Omnimatter, which was just updated for version 18, I believe. So that's a possibility. Okay, so we are going to go to iron ore B load until full. And then we're going to go to C depot until we get a circuit condition. 2, 3. So we're going to do that for all 8 of these guys. And then we can do 2 more on top of that. Okay. 2 more. Okay, and let's see. Yes. And we are making steel. So I suppose the next thing that we could do that doesn't require making more steel smelting is we could set up the steel depots. So we need one at D5. Let's go set that one up. All right, D5 does not yet exist. A, B, C, D, 1, 2, 3. All right, so we're gonna have to come over here and work our way northward. And that'll handle, well, at least the first 5. Those will all go to the same depot. And then we have another depot for the other side of the map. And I'm thinking maybe 2 steel trains for each segment. All right, so let's get all of that. Zoom out. And let's get our grid. Okay. That's D4. there's D5. I need more signals. Okay, and yeah, and unfortunately I put my train in a position where it can't get back to the base until I get the rest of this rail built. I was going to send the train back while I was doing this, but I guess it'll have to wait till I get there. And then we'll come around again with all the signals. Okay. And while that's taking place, we can start making the depot. Okay, so this will be steel plate A depot. And we're going to have 22 trains altogether. 11 here, we could say. So let's extend this. Let's extend this by one position on each end. Okay, now let's bring our train back. Yeah, right there is okay, I guess. All right. I know that some of you are probably going to ask how I can see the bots on the map. If you press F4, that opens up debug settings. Scroll down to this one that says show logistic robots on map and check it. Now that one might affect UPS a little bit. Yeah, not so much. I just do that in case any of my construction bots get lost. I can see where they went. Wow. Looks like I'm going to need even more signals. See, there they are. Let's see if we need some on this side. I think this side I got built already. Let's get rid of the coal. And I'll just work my way clockwise. And we are out. All right, looks like we're not missing too many. Hopefully I'll have enough this time. And what about radar? Okay, looks like we need one on the second pole to the north. So let's get those placed as well. One there. One there. Okay, I think that was all of it. Oh, maybe not. Looks like we're missing 7 more. So let's see if I can just handcraft the rest. All right, good. Okay, so now we got a steel depot, and now we can set up those trains. And let's set up the source priority. So this is going to be steel plate A, and that will have steel plate A depot. I wish I could reorder these. Looks like they just go in the order that they're created. CD, A, B, C, D. Okay. I see the problem. It's because I was placing an upper limit on the number of signals that I can carry. So I had I had a bunch of them in my inventory. Okay, well now I know. All right, steel trains. All right, so we're going to go to steel A load until full, and then we're going to go to steel A depot until you get a circuit condition. And I'm going to go ahead and copy that to all of these, but I'll only send the first 2 to begin with. And then these are going to be steel B, we got steel C. Be careful, man. Steel D. Let's make sure it's all working. Okay, looks good. Got one there already. All right, and then 2 more for steel E. Okay. Oh, and then I need to label this. So that's steel A, depot, and that's going to be D5. Let's go do that real quick before we finish up here. There. All right. Cool. Making progress. So, again, in my off hours, I'll keep working on building the rest of the steel smelters. I'll build the other steel depot. And then after that, I think we'll get to work on green circuits. So, until then, I welcome your feedback, and I will see you next time. Have a good one. Bye-bye.